What's good, YouTube? I'm back with another video. My name is Tamari. If you're new to my channel, make sure you smack that like, comment, subscribe button. If you're coming back, welcome back. I need some light. Nah, not yet. Today, as you can tell from this video, y'all, please disregard the big tail pimple in the middle of my forehead. I just went off my pimple. What the I just went off my period, and y'all know, like, if you're a female, most of the people that watch my videos is females. Y'all know how that go with your face and stuff breaking out when you're in your period. So basically, as you can tell from the title of this video, I'm gonna be explaining everything that went into me and my ex breaking up. This is I wouldn't say it's long overdue, but so many of our supporters like DM us every day. Like literally yesterday, people still be posting our old videos that went viral and tagging us in it and asking us when we getting back together. People still comment on my YouTube videos, when are we getting back together, if we ever going to get back together and stuff like that. So I just wanted to sit down, and this is for like our real supporters, like people that really supported us and want to know what happened. Because some people just see it as like, because we told everybody like we broke up, but it wasn't for a big reason, which it wasn't really for a big reason when we broke up, but a lot of stuff played into us breaking up. So a lot of people just saw that we was doing good and all this stuff, and then neither one of us cheated on each other, and then we ended up breaking up, and it's just like why? So then a lot of people were saying, I don't even believe in true love anymore, blah blah blah. But I'm here to tell y'all, our relationship wasn't perfect, and we've mentioned this before a while ago. I'm not even sure what video it was, but we told y'all, like, even in our how we met video on our old channel that we had together, like how we met and how stuff went down, it was already like a little lot. But I was just like, okay, you know when you want to just sit in your car sometimes listen to music. It was one of those times to just clear my head and stuff. But I was like, let me go ahead and make this video. So till this day, not till this day, now in today's time, me and Eric can literally sit down. Like, we did this not too long ago, and we was on the phone, we was just talking about all the stuff that we went through in our relationship, and we was talking about how people just don't know that stuff, and like just laughing about it now. Like, but at the time it was so bad, y'all. Like, our relationship was so toxic. Not when we broke up or the year before we broke up, really in the beginning, and it just kind of poured into like our whole relationship. Like, that's why me and Eric still like the best of friends. We still close as ever. It didn't work out as a relationship. I'm not about to sit here and lick my lips this whole video. So basically, I'm gonna start from the beginning, y'all. And this is going to be the full story, so y'all can stop asking us why we broke up. We broke up over a year ago. Y'all can stop DMing him, asking us when we going to get back together. You can stop DMing me, which we don't get annoyed or nothing by it, but it's just like, we're real people. We have lives. He moved on with his life. I moved on with my life. Like, if he decided to start messing with somebody new or whatever, I'm pretty sure he don't want, or his girl not gonna want people still DMing him asking like, where's your baby mama, like, why y'all not together, type stuff, you know. And I feel like it's not like we owe y'all explanation, because we don't have to tell y'all anything. But like I told y'all, I'm an open book, and when I chose to do YouTube, my life is like an open book, and I don't really mind sharing stuff with y'all. Like, I share a lot of my life, and I plan on doing YouTube for a long time, simply because I feel like I want to like open my life, and y'all literally seen me grow up. Y'all seen every part and journey of my life, and just show other girls like you can do the same thing. Not like opening your life, but like, because I'm gonna be successful at something. It's gonna be something, and y'all gonna witness the whole journey. But just to like show y'all, like, life isn't easy. It's not easy. Back in 2016 is when me and Eric got together. And y'all, I used to be crazy and toxic, and our relationship was toxic. It wasn't just on him. Like, stuff he did do some stuff, but I did some stuff as well. We was 16 years old. We was still young, and we got together, and it already started out bad, right? Because in high school, I was messing with Eric, but he would tell you himself, he was like known as a hoe in high school. Like, everybody known Eric to be a hoe, because girls just like to, you know, do with him, because, you know, he looked good, you feel me? So everybody know him as a hoe or whatever. I did too, but I'm not the type of person to sit there and judge somebody off of what everybody else saying. Like, I wanted to get to know like him for him, not because of what I was hearing about him. And I actually liked him when I got to know him. So we started dating. My sisters and them didn't like him at the beginning because they heard all this stuff about him and it was just like, oh, he's just trying to do this and leave or whatever. But I already like got to know him and realized that's not the type of person he was. We started dating. He had a girl best friend and I just felt like she was a flirt, so I never really liked her. And then it would be like some stuff like I'll go to class, he'll walk me to class and then turn around and walk her to class, and it just didn't seem right. Like, it didn't look right to me, and I was just like, I don't like that, I don't trust her. And then it was one day this girl had told me, like, I was friends with, she played volleyball, and she was like, so and so slaps her butt, like Eric had slapped her butt or whatever. And I was like, oh heck no. Like, that was my last straw. And I was just like, either you gonna have to cut her off or me and you could just go back to friends, because at this point I wasn't pressed to be with no dude. Like, I had dudes on my line. That was my whole phase. I wouldn't say I had a whole phase where I went and slept with other niggas, like a whole bunch of dudes, but I had a whole phase where I would text multiple dudes. Like, my phone was juiced up, you feel me? So I wasn't really worried about like staying in a relationship or nothing. I liked Eric, but it's not like I'm about to go crazy over this dude yet. So me and Eric had got together. I told him, like, you gotta cut her off or me and you gonna break up. Like, I don't need it, like, blah blah blah. So he didn't want to cut her off, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna just get me a boy best friend. So I had ended up picking a boy best friend that I knew he didn't want me to have. It was a dude I used to mess with, a dude he didn't like. So me and dude was just texting. I was like, you gonna be my boy best friend? And then he didn't like that mess. He didn't like how he would FaceTime me. He didn't like how he was texting, all that stuff. So he ended up cutting the girl off so I can cut him off. Whole time he didn't even really cut the girl off. I had went over his house one day, and this was before we could drive and stuff, and I seen that he would still FaceTime her at nighttime, and then he was texting her about our problems and stuff. So that was already like bad, y'all. Like, this is how our relationship started. So it was already toxic. This was my first real relationship, and when I tell y'all, I learned so much stuff in this relationship that I wouldn't take back. Like, I wouldn't take back anything except for when I put my hands on Eric. Whole nother story. And we got our beautiful daughter out of it. But I'm just telling y'all so y'all know what led up to us breaking up for good this time, like over a year ago. So basically it went on. Other stuff had played out in our relationship, and we was young. Like, Eric, he never cheated on me. Like, Eric was a great boyfriend. He said I was a great girlfriend. Outside of like the little toxic stuff that was going on, we had a great relationship. Like, y'all can tell in our videos and stuff when we was doing Instagram and YouTube, we had a lot of chemistry. I was instantly comfortable with Eric. So continue on in our relationship. Some stuff happened with his ex. I was arguing with her. It was like 4th of July. She had commented on our picture and was like, y'all cute. And he was like, she just being petty, and he deleted it. So I'm like, why you deleting her comment for? And then that's already when I started questioning stuff, and then I started like not getting insecure, but like just like my intuition was telling me like he's still messing with her or something. That just don't sit right. Like, so this is when I started getting to that point where his phone would buzz and I would look over like, who texted him? Like, who that, you know? So then when he'd go to sleep, his phone would buzz, I would look and be like, who that type stuff. Oh, falling out about that. But then I was still texting the dudes I was messing with before him, just because I felt like he was texting somebody. So instead of calling him out on it or something, and I didn't want to look stupid, so my mindset was, okay, I'm gonna text who I want to text, and then if something do play out and he is texting other people, then I won't be looking stupid because I'm gonna be texting other people too. So the whole time we both were just texting other people when we began our relationship. Well, not other people, but he was texting his ex. I was texting like my ex, but it won't like really my ex because we won't dating for real like that long or nothing. Whole long story. So we had got over that, went on in our relationship. You can ask my best friends, everybody in high school pretty much. We used to break up every other week. I promise to y'all, we used to break up like every other week, but we knew we was gonna get back together. So what would happen was we would break up. Eric would text his little girls or whatever, and I was so childish back then. So like what he did when we broke up would affect us when we got back together. So like us breaking up just made our relationship worse when we got back together, pretty much, because it's like my mindset was, this is more girls I'm gonna have to worry about when we get back together. So when we get back together, we'll go through each other's phones, make sure we cut off everybody we was talking to. It was just so bad, y'all. It was so bad. I was on my detective stuff. I used to go through this man's search history. Like, I would make sure he unfollow all the girls he had followed. Eric, he didn't really do that much digging. Dudes never really do that much digging. But I always found what I was trying to find. Like, I don't know what made me go through his search history and his deleted photos and stuff. His boys and him messages. Like, I was really crazy. And I promised myself I would never be this way over a dude again. Like, a lot of this played into being on birth control. As I was on Depo. And y'all know one of the side effects of Depo is like depression and stuff like that. And I really would get depressed. Me and Eric would break up and I would literally sit in my room and cry and not want to do anything. My sister would walk past my room and go tell my mom, like, Tamaria's in there crying. I would just feel so depressed because I just felt like Eric was like my soulmate. Like, and stuff wasn't going right, or we would break up. I'm just like, I'm lonely, I'm by myself, like, what I'm gonna do type stuff. And then I was gaining weight. I had just cut my hair. We had went to the same college. I had told Eric if he had went to a different college that we was gonna have to break up because I didn't do long distance, because I didn't trust him. So him building on to the not trust and me being toxic and all that stuff played into all of this stuff. So he had a scholarship to another college to play basketball. And he had a scholarship to my school to play basketball, but he really wanted to go to the other college. But he ended up going to the same college as me so that we could stay together. So we played basketball through college. Keep in mind, we was together since we was 16, with each other 24/7. Y'all, I'm trying to talk fast so it's not a really long story time. But we was with each other since we was 16, and we was together 24/7. We didn't have lives outside each other because I didn't trust him so much. I wanted to be up under him 24/7, like in his skin. We didn't have a life outside each other, which was really bad, y'all. And then it started getting better. Our freshman year of college, that's when we started Instagram. We started blowing up on Instagram, started back doing YouTube, stopped YouTube, deleted our videos, and started over. We would break up literally every summer. There's not a summer in those our 4 years of our relationship that we was together. But we would be together for some of it, probably part of it maybe. But we always broke up when summer came around. I don't know what it is about summer, but we always broke up. So, that first, when we started doing Instagram, we started getting big on Instagram. I feel like it's because we had a drive for something. We was going towards something. We never argued. Like, our arguing was at a minimum. Like, we was doing really good. So everything that people seen us post on Instagram and YouTube was always real. Even like when we was bad, we wouldn't really post anything, and y'all noticed that. And Eric, not even the type of person, if we on bad terms, he don't want to make a video with me. He don't want to talk to me. He don't want to be in the same room as me type stuff. Because he, like, not hold a grudge, but he holds it longer than me. Like me, we could argue. A few seconds later, I'm over it. If it was something small, I'm over it. He would still hold on to it. I forgot to tell y'all also, I was verbally abusive in the beginning of our relationship as well. I used to say, Eric would hurt me, like, physically, like, not physically, but like lying to me and texting his ex and stuff. But I would hurt him verbally, which, like, is emotionally, which is, I feel like, even worse. I feel like both of them is worse, because it played with my mind as well, the physical stuff. But I would say stuff knowing that it would hurt him and, like, to put him down. And it was so toxic. And I'm glad I can see that now, because it just teaches me a lot of what I don't want to do and what I don't want to put up with in my next relationship. Like, I would never compare this relationship to my next one, but I know what I learned a lot, you know. And a lot of people haven't been in a long relationship to learn that much. I feel like people that be like, oh, I was in a long relationship, we was together for a year, that is not anything compared to 4 years. Because once you get out that first year or first 2 years, you get out that lust phase, then you gotta actually love this person to stay with them. Like, people confuse that lust with love, and it's not that. Like, and then they lose that lust and they feel like, oh, I don't love you anymore. You didn't love them in the first place, because you just confused the lust with the love, you know. But We was together 4 years. We were doing good that 3rd year, and then the 4th year is when we had Mila or whatever. I got pregnant, and that was bad too. So we was doing so good that 3rd year, and then that 4th year when I got pregnant is when it started going downhill again, y'all. So you know, pregnancy messes with your emotions. I was very emotional. My first trimester, I was so sick. I couldn't eat or drink anything. And Eric, he took care of me. He would go get me food. He would get me drinks and try to get me to eat. Like, I commend him, because I don't know if any other dude would have been able to put up with me. Like, he was trying to work and stack money for us, and I didn't even like the sight of him. I didn't like the sight of him. I didn't like the smell of him. I didn't want him to touch me. I didn't want him to kiss me. I didn't want him sleeping in the same room as me when I was in my first trimester. And I thought it was like me. Like, why am I like this? But other girls that was pregnant said they had the same issue with like their husbands and stuff. So 2nd trimester came around, and it started going away, started getting back good. But then my emotions started messing with me again. Like, we had broke up during my pregnancy, and then I got even more emotional, because I'm sitting here pregnant. You out being able to do whatever you want to do, but I can't do nothing even if I wanted to, because I'm pregnant. But we ended up getting back together, had our baby, stuff was going good, and then it got real routine and dry. Like, we would wake up, he would wake up and go to the gym, go out to eat with his friends, and then come home, play the game, Fortnite, and then go to bed. And I was literally taking care of Mila, breastfeeding, pumping every 3 hours, washing bottles. It was so depressing. And you know, after you have a baby, you already kind of got like postpartum depression. I didn't have bad postpartum depression, but I was depressed. I was like, this is what my life is now. Like, I felt like a cow. My body wasn't the same anymore. And I was just living for Mila at that point. I didn't have no life. I literally was with her 24/7. I didn't like people watching her, because I was so overprotective of her. I know her grandmas and them would have watched her. So like, her whole first year of life, pretty much, I was so overprotective of everything until me and Eric broke up, and she started like staying with him on the weekends and during the day and stuff. I had Mila 24/7. Like, y'all, it was a lot. It was hard. Oh my gosh. But it's not that Eric didn't help when we was together, but Mila didn't like him. So I'm good at putting myself in other people's shoes. And I knew like how bad that must have felt. Like, your own daughter don't want you. Like Mila, every time she would go to anybody else other than me, she would cry and scream until she got back with me, because she was spoiled. Like, she was attached to me, and I was breastfeeding her. So Eric, he wouldn't like, he would spend time with her and play with her, but he never like held her for long periods of time, because she just didn't want to be with him. And it was just a lot. Like, I would shower and she would sit there and be in there screaming, and I would have to hurry up and shower and take like a 5-minute shower just so I can hurry up and get out and get her so she can calm down, you feel me? So it was just that was like a routine. And then we both had sat down, because me and Eric always been good at communicating as well. Like, when we got later in our relationship, we got real good at communicating and talking out our feelings and stuff, no matter how much it hurt or anything. So we sat down and we talked, and we was just like, what are we gonna do? Like, this is obviously not working. Well, we're gonna either try to make it work, and we need to figure out how we're gonna fix the problem, or if we break up this time, we don't need to get back together, because we don't want her growing up and seeing us constantly breaking up and getting back together, and she just, like, I don't know, be confused, you know? So we ended up breaking up. We was still living together for like 2 months or a month after we broke up, and then he ended up moving out, and I ended up sharing an apartment with my sisters and stuff, and we just been broken up ever since. And it's not like it was easy. A lot of people look at me and after our breakup and just feel like I moved on so easily, or I was so happy and stuff afterwards. It was so hard those first couple of months, like getting used to being by myself again after you get attached to somebody. Especially for 4 years, I grew up with him. He watched me grow up. I watched him grow up. Eric literally knew me. He probably still, well, he knew me better than anybody else, because that's who I was with. like at nighttime, morning time, middle of the daytime, midnight. We would sit there and have talks and stuff. He literally saw me all day. Like, he knew me more than anybody, you know, because we just was with each other that much. So I was so attached to this person, and coming home to this person and sleeping with this person every night for 4 years, and then to being by myself. But I had my daughter as well, which helped a lot. Like, focusing on her and on how I want our future to be is really what got me through learning to be alone and be by myself, because it does get, like, not depressing sometimes. Yeah, it gets depressing sometimes. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, you'll be good during the day, and y'all know what I'm talking about. You'll be good during the day, and then at nighttime, that's when it hits you. Your brain won't go to sleep. You start thinking about everything. You start thinking about, maybe our relationship wasn't that bad. Maybe I should get back together with him, because maybe he's my soulmate. You start thinking stuff like that you wouldn't even normally think. And I always say, like, people be like, why are you single, or what did he do? He's stupid for losing you. Like, none of that stuff happened. Eric is a great boyfriend. Anybody that dates Eric would be lucky to have him, and I mean that with everything. Same with me. I feel like I'm a great girlfriend, and I'm good at understanding. I don't like to do too much arguing. I'm not toxic anymore, y'all, even though it made me crazy back then. That's why I don't do birth control now, because I just felt like that just messes up your body, and it messes up my head and all that stuff. So I ain't doing that no more. But ever since I got off birth control, I've been good. You feel me? So it had to be that, because it was only then when I would feel crazy and be overthinking stuff and crying. Like, y'all, when I was on birth control, I literally looked at Eric while he was asleep and was just looking at him while he was asleep and crying, because I loved him so much. Like, I loved him, and don't get me wrong and stuff, but sitting there and looking at him while he's asleep and start crying, that's some crazy stuff. Like, yeah, no. So, yeah, anybody that gets Eric, they would have a great boyfriend. He's not the type to cheat on anybody. I'm not the type to cheat on anybody. I feel like if I feel like I gotta cheat on you, we shouldn't even be together. Like, he's one of the most mature dudes I ever met. We just wasn't meant to be together, and that's okay, and we both are okay with that. We both, like, came to the realization, like, we work better as co-parents. You feel me? We work better as co-parents. Our relationship is better as co-parents. He's gonna be in my life for the rest of Mila's life, in my life, pretty much, because he's gonna be at every graduation, every birthday, all that stuff. And I just feel like my mom and dad, when they got a divorce, they still have like a great co-parenting relationship. And this is where I learned it from, because they're able to be in the same setting with each other and be able to laugh and joke with their others. Like, my mom, like, she used to be with her person, and my dad would be his person, and they able to be in the same area together and still be able to, like, co-parent type stuff. And this is how we feel about each other. So I always tell him, like, if you get a new girlfriend, the only thing is I want to meet her and be able to be cool with her, so that, like, I know that she's cool to be around my daughter, you know, like, which is, like, not common sense, but, like, of course I want to meet her. Like, she's gonna be around my daughter, especially if she's gonna be around my daughter. Like, if this is somebody you serious with, I want to meet her because she's gonna be around my daughter. And I want her to know that I wouldn't try anything. Not I broke a nail, y'all, but I want to be able to trust that she's not going to do no crazy stuff to my daughter, even though I know Eric wouldn't let her do that. But it just makes me feel better. And then it will make her feel better if we on good terms. She know I'm not no petty baby mama, and I wouldn't do nothing to try to break them up, or I won't just be calling Eric like, hey, like, Mila needs this, Mila needs that. Like, I'm not that type of baby mama, and he's not that type of baby daddy. So same with him. He always say, like, if I get another boyfriend and it's serious, he want to be able to meet him just so that they can be cordial, so that, like, he knows who's going to be around his daughter, which I completely understand. I just feel like we've been very mature about the situation, and a lot of people are not used to that and don't understand, like, good co-parenting. So they see us being good co-parenting, good co-parents, and being able to co-parent so good and be around each other and do stuff with our daughter and assume that y'all are still great, y'all should be together, oh I miss y'all together, blah blah blah. And it's not that. It's not that. But yeah, like I said, that's pretty much everything. There's a lot more that I just don't have time to sit here and tell y'all that went on in our relationship. I could do little story times on like me being crazy throughout our relationship, like, because it could go more in depth and stuff. But yeah, we done moved on. Like, life is good. It's crazy how at one point you envision your whole life as one thing and it turns out to be something totally different. Like, it's crazy how humans evolve. Like, whatever hurt you going through, whatever like down or whatever you're going through right now, it's only temporary. And you're gonna get over it. You feeling sad right now, you just got out of a relationship, you got cheated on, whatever the case may be, you're gonna get over it. There's gonna be better days, I promise you. But yeah, I'm just thankful and I'm blessed that I got the baby daddy I did, y'all, because like I said, he's one of the most mature dudes I ever met. And it makes it so much easier co-parenting with him and being able to just, you know, he does what he needs to do. He does what he don't have to do as well. And I just really appreciate him. But I love y'all. Make sure y'all smack that like, comment, subscribe button. If y'all want another story time on something else, drop the topic and I'll try to give y'all a story time on it. But y'all, we literally went through so much in our relationship that would be so funny as story times. Like, if I told the story times that we can sit back and laugh about now. Because I know other people be going through the same type of stuff in their relationships and it's relatable AF. But outside of that, we had a great relationship. He said I was a great girlfriend. He was a great boyfriend. We just wasn't meant to be together is the conclusion to the story. And everybody isn't meant to be together. Maybe I should have had that closed the whole time because I'm liking how I'm not looking so bright right now. I'm loving this blue hair, y'all. Y'all can't tell. Y'all can't tell. Probably can because I keep, you know. Okay. But yeah, I love y'all. Make sure y'all smack that like, comment, and subscribe button. And I'm gonna forever love y'all. I'm gonna forever be doing YouTube. If y'all rock with me, I'll rock with y'all. But I'll see y'all in my next video. I love y'all. Bye. Make sure y'all smack that like, comment, subscribe button. We're on the road to 100K by October 19th, period. Okay, bye.